Hey everyone, it's me Nathan again, and yeah, I know this is the second video I'm releasing today, but who cares, I got this guy in the mail and I'm so happy. Funny thing was, he arrived a few days earlier than he was supposed to. But without further ado, let's get into a review of the high-grade remaster version of the 1144th Calamity Gundam from Gundam Seed. Right, so here you have the main mobile suit. Just fix those. And straight off the bat, you can tell he's a bit shorter than most of the other Gunpla I've reviewed so far, which I thought at first as well. I couldn't tell if I was going crazy or not, so I decided to compare him to the 00 Diver. But yeah, as far as accessories go, that's it. That's all he has. Yeah, not a lot. But he does have more decals. Let me get those real quick. Just gotta open up the box. As far as I know, most of the remaster kits have this exact same sheet. I only used three of them. No, four. I used four. One here, and two there. Oh, right. He also had another decal sheet, which is for the laser sticker in there, and then the one for the eyes, and then one for the camera. That's right. One for the camera, not two, one. So taking a look at him, oops, you see those glorious looking eyes, which is nice. His cannons, right, can go back that far, go forward that far, which I think is as far as you can read them, and I'm trying to find a good way to angle these, but nothing really looks right. Just trying to keep them up and out of the way for right now. So I guess we're moving into articulation without doing comparisons first. So, as far as articulation goes, it's sort of basic because it's the same kit that they had done in 2002, but re-released, and with, as far as I'm aware, I've been told some minor adjustments. The only one I'm really aware of is the fact that they added in a connection piece for the Action Base 2, which is currently downstairs on one of my homemade action bases. And yeah, in case you haven't noticed, I'm filming up in my room instead of downstairs where I normally film. I think the table gave that away. But no, as far as articulation goes, he can bend his elbow, it was like just over 90 degrees. It's only one joint, so hey, at least it's something. You know, he's got a ball joint, can do everything a ball joint can do in there. His arms can do a full 360, which is nice. Assuming that his shoulders don't pop out of place. Yeah, his thrusters can move like that. I try to keep him as close to center as possible. If he moves these out of the way, he can go up that far. If he didn't have the thrusters in, they could go up all the way, but, you know, sacrifices. You can't go forward or backward or up and down anyway because it's just one of those and it doesn't move. It's a part of the chest. Just gonna pop that back on. Oops. Okay. Don't fight me. Pop that back on and then pop that back on. You know, actual like polycap ball joints, he only has one, and it's kind of surprising. As far as ball joint goes, the only polycap ball joint he has in his neck, and that's it. See, his head can go up about that far, down about that far. He could do a full 360 if it weren't for that backpack, which you can detach if you really wanted to. Whoops. He does have some more ball joints, but they're not polycaps at all. They're hard plastic, so they might get brittle over time. As for his knees, they can bend that far, which I think is enough. Move that, you can go out that far, pretty decent. Oh, more than decent. Then you can go back that far, because butt flap does not move. Uh-oh, focus camera. Focus. There we go. Yeah. And then as for feet, the ankle guards move up. You can go like that, you can go like that, and then he can rotate like that, and then you can giggity in the feet, but not in the head, ironically. As for his waist connection, it is not a ball joint, it's a peg in a hole. Kind of saddening, but oh wow. So he can do full, he can attempt a full 360. Can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? Yeah, he can do it. Right. And then side skirts go out that far. I guess that far even without these on, because that is how his legs are assembled. Oops. Yeah. Now, it's gonna have those there for the sake of actually being able to compare them to other kits. Well, another kit, just one. Here he is next to the 00 Diver. I chose them both because they both have big shoulders, so why not? If you do them going face to face, that's the height difference. Calamity Gundam is a fairly short 1/144 scale kit. And then for non-Gunpla kits, or Gunpla fans, we have the Deluxe Class Hound, which again I think they look good together, just like with the Gem Sniper 2 and Hound. Right, they look nice. They do. And then, whoops, you have that Marvel Legends Iron Man, which Cam is just barely taller than him. Let's back you up a little. There you go. Without falling over, my dude. Right. I'm gonna review that Iron Man eventually. And then sorry for that. And then Commander Wolf. And then a figure I reviewed as my second review ever, the Destiny Vault of Glass Titan. Now, as far as his accessories go, right, you can pop a shield onto either of his arms, right, because he's got two of those pegs there, and then a peg in the shield. Right, so it's fairly easy, right, like that. And the cool thing about his shield is that the blasters on it, they move, but they come as one piece, so you're not going to be able to separate them, because the way they go and do it. You could in theory separate the front skirts, but I'm not going to because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of screwing it up because, again, it's like the solid bar type of connection, and I don't want to ruin that. That's backwards. I'm trying to put his rocket launcher or bazooka into his hand, and I did it backwards for a second. Alright. Oh, yeah, he also has a sticker for that right there. And then the way I like to have him holding it, bend your arm. Right? You can have him doing it firing from the hip, which I quite like. Yeah, pretty cool. So, all in all, my impressions of the high grade Calamity Gundam Remaster, I think it's pretty cool. Honestly, I mean, it's my favorite Gundam design from Seed. So, I mean, there's a tiny bit of bias there, but as far as articulation and everything goes, he's fairly, I wouldn't want to say standard, but he's like your typical Gunpla, but in a good way. Kakorat 197 actually did a review of this guy a couple years ago, which I had watched while trying to decide if I should get this kit or not, and he kind of said the same thing I did. As far as everything goes, right? He's a basic kit. Yeah, I mean that's to be expected from 2002 and everything. But like for an artillery mobile suit like he is, he's got pretty good articulation. He's got a nice color scheme with very good color separation. The only real issue would be here in the chest. All that yellow on the inside is supposed to be black, which I'll probably go through with a Sharpie eventually and color it in. Because if I try painting it, I'm going to screw up the parts that are supposed to stay yellow, and I don't want to do that. But if you're wanting to pick this guy up, he'll cost you about $12. So, 1,200 yen. Really cheap. Kind of, no, it's like standard high grade price, sort of. No, high grades normally nowadays are around $15-16. So yeah, he's good for the price you're paying. You get exactly what you pay for in terms of quality and everything. Actually, that reminds me, our 00 Diver review, it was $10 basically, right? You got more than you paid for with this guy. And I know in the US market they bumped him up to 13, but that's because they gotta pay Bandai back for stuff, right? Because the actual yen to US dollar translation is like 100 yen is just a little less than $1. Yeah. But no, he's a cool little kid. I love him. I really do. He does have his drawbacks, right? Mostly limited articulation in certain areas, like in the elbows or in the arms due to how they're made, or, just the fact that he doesn't have very many ball joints anyway, so he can't really move around all too incredibly. But no, he's still a ton of fun. He's got a little bit of heft to him. He's great. He took me 2 hours to build. That's fairly standard for high grades. It was an enjoyable build, and believe it or not, right, I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but this guy's actually a greenish blue, and in my camera he looks mostly normal, like royal-ish blue, with just the tiniest hint of green, but in person he's a lot more green. He's like a dark turquoise in person, and I really like it. And these darker bits are just a really, really, really dark turquoise. They look so good in person, but on camera they look kind of blackish, which is a shame, but oh well. I still love them. I really do. Well, again, would I recommend getting them? I mean, that's totally up to you. But I would say, if you want, right, a cool, destructive looking dude who looks like he can do some damage, and you don't have a lot of money to spend, go for him. Or go for the original version even. The only difference is that the original version doesn't have that connector piece, which in order to even attach it, you have to split them in half and then slide it over this peg, and it just gets hidden. Oops. that tends to happen also. His manhood likes to pop off. I think either people at Bandai were trying to make a metaphor when they designed this guy with something like that, or maybe they just thought it looked cool. I don't know. But hey, the Gundam does look pretty awesome. And yeah, you're definitely gonna have to paint some stuff like the inside of these cannons is supposed to be mostly red. But hey, it's fine. But yeah, that's kind of it for my review. I'm going to link Kakorat 197's review down in the description, so maybe, I can't remember if there's anything he said differently that I didn't. I in no way know him personally or anything. I just watch his reviews when I'm thinking of getting a kit. I also watch Mecha Guy Kotsu. Well, I don't think did a review on this, but I'll link his channel in the description too. He's pretty cool. But yeah, that's kind of it. So I'll see y'all next time. Peace.